Yeah, today let's talk about little bit about the backend. Okay, so today I explain about how to create a Django user model. Okay, so I don't use Django custom model. I use default Django user model. Okay, so if you request, then I can create a custom user model also. Okay, so let's go to the backend. Okay, this one is my backend, and here inside my backend, here I create, I don't have any application is there. Here you see that inside the backend DRF I have only single this one is the main project. Okay, main stock prediction project. Okay, where my setting.py and everything is available. Okay, and here my manage.py, and this one the default SQLite 3 database. Okay, so pwd, now I am in the base directory. Okay, base directory. Now I just increase the screen, then you can see properly. Okay, now I am in the base directory, and here pwd, here yt stock prediction. Okay, so cd, let's go to the backend drf. When I write b and press tab, automatically auto complete the, because in a d I have only one folder is there, so that's why I don't explain little bit small thing. Okay, you can understand, I think. Yeah, cd backend drf. Okay, so write a python managed. So let's create two application, python manage.py startup. You already know that how to create a application. Okay, I create two application. First one is the account. Okay, account for this account means it's store all the user related data, means okay, user related data. We can perform any type of user login, logout, and this type of operation we can perform inside the accounts. Okay, here you just see that one accounts is created. Okay, then I create APIs. Okay, the same command, python manage.py API. Okay, now you see that my two application is created, and here I integrate the REST framework. Okay, so how to integrate the REST framework? Because first I just integrate the REST framework. Okay, so let's go to the Chrome browser and read the documentation how to integrate the REST framework. Okay, now you just go search REST framework, Django REST framework, and go to the top of this link, the first option, www.restframework.org, and here Django REST framework, and here you just see that it's guide me pp install Django REST framework. It say that pp first you install the REST framework, just copy the pp install Django REST framework. Then I just run just command pp install Django REST framework. Now you just see that it's automatically installed inside the Django REST framework. Okay, now you just see that my virtual environment is activated. You just see that my VNV is activated, and here inside the pip install Django REST Framework, Python manage.py startup API, and Python manage startup. Okay, everything is okay. Now automatically you see that I don't activate the virtual environment when I write 2 to 3 command. Means when I write the first command inside the base, you just see that this one is your base directory, means this one is my base. Okay, my bnb is not activated. Automatically it's activate the bnb. You just see that when I write the first command python manage.py startup accounts, then automatically it's just run this command and activate my bnb. I think you understand. If you don't understand, no problem, don't think about that. Automatically if you just manually activate the env, you understand automatically. But in my case automatically it's activate the env. Okay, so now you see that my REST framework also installed. Okay, so let's go to the next step. You see that then you install the REST framework and to put two application also. Okay, here I just copy this thing, just copy the REST framework. Okay, and go to the settings. You have a settings is there inside the stock prediction application. You have a settings. Okay, inside the settings you just add the inside the setting.py, sorry, inside the installed application, you just paste the REST framework. Okay, then you install two application also, accounts and you see account accounts. Okay, accounts accounts, and I have another application is apis API, not APIs, API. Okay, so now you just see that my accounts and APIs are installed properly. My REST framework is already installed. Okay, inside the installed app. So let's go to the accounts. Okay, inside the accounts, here I create a serializer. Okay, so this one is the main thing. Here I create a serializer. Okay, serializer.py, because first I create a serializer and through views I can access the serializer and serialize the data, user data. Okay, so I just show you. I think you don't understand, but I just explain you how to serialize properly. Okay, so here I use the default. I don't create any models. You just see that in my accounts I don't create any models. Okay, why I don't create models? Because I use the Django default user model. Okay, so I just show you how I use here I modules. I don't want to import the modules. I remove these modules inside the accounts. Models is not required. Okay, because from Django django.db dot counter from Django dot contrib.auth, okay, or auth.models. Okay, contrib auth.models, auth.models. You just see that contrib.auth.models. Okay, import user models. Okay, user model, this one is Django provide this user model. Okay, inside all the user related information are stored. Okay, you can inspect and you can analyze. Okay, in yourself. Now you just see that then I import the serializer also from REST framework. Import serializer also. Okay, so let's create a class here, user create CLS. Okay, I create a user serializer class. Okay, user serializer. I use camel serializer class. Okay, SERIALI serializer. SERIALI user serializer class. Okay, and here I import the serializer dot model serializer. Okay, here I use the serializer dot model serializer. Okay, and here you just see that here serializer I just I use a user serializer, and here I inherit the serializer dot model serializer class. Okay, so here I use, if you know REST framework, so you can understand, I think. Okay, so serializer dot model serializer. Okay, so then I create a class meta. All the metadata I write here. Okay, which model you want to use? I just pass user model. Okay, model, user model. Okay, and which field you want to serialize? So I use all the fields name. I use all fields. Okay, just tab. I remove all this thing. I manually write a user email password. Okay, I remove the ID here. I don't want the ID. Username, email, password. Okay, password. Now you just see that I pass the password. Okay, reject. So I want to serialize the user email and password. Okay, after serializing this thing, and here I create a create method. So how I actually create class? I create a div. I create a function div create. Okay, so create method, this create method, self, it take a self and validated data, and super return super dot created validated data. So it's not required. Here I use the create method. So you just asked me how I know that here I use create method, because inside the model serializer, if you just control or command click, now you see that inside the model serializer you have a create method is there. Okay, and this create method is responsible for validating the data. Validating the data means when you input the username, email, password, in that time automatically it's validate the data. Okay, it's validate and store inside the and save the data inside your user database. Okay, inside the user model. Okay, so that's why. Now you see that I again show you. Here it's take a validated data. Okay, here it take a validated data, and the validated data, okay, you pass the validated data. Okay, and many things update and everything is there. Okay, so here, so that's why I use here deep create cell validated data. Okay, so then I use the user. Okay, user here, here you can write a write like that, user dot object objects dot create user, create object dot create user. You can write create user, or you can write the create also. You know that how to create a attribute, or you can how to create entry inside a database. I think you know that. User, here user you can write like that also. Now you see that, and here you pass the double quark, means arg and quark, I think you understand. Here I use double star validated data. Here I pass the validated data dot values and return this user. Okay, so here I use double star validated data. Okay, validated data dot values, or you can write the value only, you can pass the validated data also here. Okay, so here you just see that I think you confuse what the meaning of validated data. Validated data means username, email and password. Okay, because here I use double star, means it's a dictionary. Okay, so the validated data comes with user equal to username equal to username, email equal to email and password equal to password. So like that. So I just break down this thing. Okay, you can understand properly. Just comment out this thing and I can break down it. Okay, so you can write the this command in different way, like if I just write user, you can write user or anything. Here I use user because in future I can use this. I just return this thing, so that's why I use user here. So user equal to user dot objects dot create. Here you just see that this one is very important thing, create user. Here I use create user instead of using create. Okay, so if I use okay, if I write create, so it's store the password in the form of plain text format. Okay, plain text format, but I don't want, because I want to encrypt the password, so that's why I use create underscore user. Okay, and here I just pass, then create underscore. Here I use now I use the user equal to username equal to validated data of username. Okay, username equal to validated data of username, then email, password. Okay, now I think you understand. Username equal to validated underscore data, validated data username, and email equal to validated data, validated underscore data email. Okay, and password means validated data password. Okay, and this one is the validated data, create validated data. Okay, so you just see that here you can't use this command if you have a specific any another, like a roll number. If you have any this type of data, like a roll underscore number, roll number. If you have a roll number, so you can't pass this, you can't use this command. Okay, you manually just you just manually write a roll number. You just like roll number underscore validate data roll number, you just write like that. Okay, so I just remove this thing. Okay, so I can here I mention that I just mention this thing. Okay, then you can understand properly. If I use here, I just comment out and write this thing, then you can understand properly. Here I just comment out this thing. You use this thing, or it automatically is not working because password hashing it's converted into password hashing, means if I use this create underscore user, it's a hash, it's a encrypt encrypt the password. Encrypt the password means encrypt the password. Okay, it encrypt the password. Okay, password. So it's encrypt the password. Okay, if I don't use this thing, if I use only create, so it's not encrypt the password, it's not encrypt the password. Okay, now I think you understand. Now you can understand, I think. Just comment, I just write properly, then you can understand. Okay, so create user, this create user means it's just target the password, and it's just encrypt the password before saving. Okay, it's encrypt and save the password in the hash format. Okay, so if I just check. Okay, just migration, no need the migration. Okay, right now you see that my user model is now I create a user and return the user also. Okay, and here the password is a character field, because here I want to do something. So no one can get a request, means is if someone come and just send a get request for password, so he can directly get the password. So I want to prevent this thing. Okay, so how I prevent this thing? So here you just go to the create, and here you just see that here you just explicitly not inside the, here I can mention inside the this class. Here inside the model serializer, okay, class, here you just see that password, here you just see that serializer dot char field read only. Okay, I just make it a read only. Okay, only you can sorry, write only, you can only write this password, but you can't get the data. Okay, you can't get the data. Okay, only you can write the data. Okay, and here I can perform any type of validation related thing, like if I want I can use the, I can control the password length, and I can style the password also here. Okay, but right now I don't do anything, but I can write anything here inside the password. Okay, because here I just modify the password, because I say that my password is a read only file. Okay, now I think my serialization part is done. Okay, now my serialization part is done, and let's go to the views.py file. Inside the accounts I create a views.py file, and inside the views.py we just I use a user serializer. Here I just import the from dot serializer, from dot serializer user. First I import the user serializer, and here I use the generic. Okay, generic view. Okay, I think you understand generic view, what the meaning of generic view. Serializers is showing some could not resolve. Inside my accounts I have a serializer. I think inside the models. Okay, I mistakenly write everything inside the models. So I just copy all this thing, I just copy everything, and here I just create a serializer class by mistake. Okay, inside the views here I create a serializer class. Okay, sorry, serializer file. Okay, serializers file. So where I create inside the account, so here I just serialize.py, serializers.py. Okay, and here I just paste everything inside the go to the models, just command X, command here inside the models, command X, just cut everything, because inside the models I don't want anything. Okay, and here I paste inside the serializers, serializers.py file. Here I just paste this thing and go to the views.py, and here you see that nothing is there. Means I don't have any issue. Serializers and user serializers is there. Okay, this one is a little bit critical thing. I don't want to do, but by mistake I just write the serialization thing inside the models.py file. So that's why I have some problem. Okay, when I just import the serializer, user serializer, now you see that my serialization from dot serializer import serializer. Okay, then from REST framework import the generics also. Then here I import the from Django Django.content.auth import user. Okay, I import the users also. This one is a default user, Django default user model. Then I use the okay, that's thing. That's so let's create a class. Okay, user create view. Let's create a class for a registration. Okay, because here this registration class is responsible for create a new user. Okay, so registration register view. Okay, register view, GISTER register view VI. Okay, and you just see that here generic, I create a generics and a class. I just create API views. Okay, and here you see that I pass the query set equal to user.objects.all. Okay, here I pass the query set and serializer class also. I also pass the serializer class also. So which serializer class you want to serialize this query. Okay, so that's why I use the serializer class. Okay, so here and anyone can I give the permission. Here I use some permission classes. So first here I just import the first permission classes. Okay, from REST framework, REST underscore framework import permissions. First from REST framework dot permissions allow any. Okay, anyone can access this class. Okay, registration class. So that's why allow any. I use permission classes, and I pass the permission classes also here. Okay, permission classes allow any. Okay, here you see that permission classes allow any, reject. So here I pass the permission classes and serializer. Here I two time I mention this thing. Okay, so serializer underscore class equal to user serializer. Okay, so this serializer I use the user serializer for serializing. Okay, and I use the query set, means query set equal to user.objects.all. Okay, I use this query set for getting all the user. Okay, so if you know generic view, so then you can understand how to create a generic create API view. So these all are the REST framework related thing. Okay, if you understand, if you know REST framework, then you can understand properly how to create API view work. Okay, this one is a class based view. Okay, so you just see that I write very less amount of code here. Now everything is okay, here I write very less amount of code. So that's why the REST framework is very important. Here I don't write so many complex code. but everything is done. So let's migrate python manage.py ls everything. Okay, so python 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 manage.py make migration migrate. Okay, python manage.py migrate. Okay, migrate. I create a migrations, all the everything is migrated, because now first time I just migrate, because when I create this application I only run the server for testing purpose, I don't migrate, so that's why I migrate here. Okay, first time. Okay, so when I run the migrate command at the first time, automatically the default database is create the all the tables which are required for running this application. Okay, default tables. Okay, now everything is okay. So here so let's set up the urls. Okay, so let's set up the urls for creating endpoint, and through I can access the register view. Okay, so how to create the urls? So look, go to the main stock application. This one is my stock prediction application. Inside the set urls, this one is the best project. This one is the main project. Okay, this one is the main project. Okay, now inside the main project, here I create I just follow the coding standard. Okay, here include, I import the include. Okay, quick fix. Yeah, import from Django.urls, import include and path. Okay, so I say that if someone come to the API/v1, the version 1. Okay, if someone come to the APIs slash version 1, automatically it's just go to the API.urls. But inside the API.url I don't, inside the APIs.urls I don't have urls is there. So here I create a urls. Okay, okay, urls.py urls.py inside the APIs. Okay, and inside the url.py, here I just mention that from Django.urls import path. I just first import the path, and I register view also dot view inside, not current dot current directory. Here I from accounts dot import register view. Okay, import views as register view. Okay, import views. Okay, views as a register view, as register view, user view. Okay, user view. Okay, user view, VIEWS. Okay, now you see that my user views are, user view means you understand, inside my accounts this one is the register view. I give a alias name of the register view to user view. Okay, so this one is my user view. Okay, so here I use URL patterns. Okay, URL patterns, you just see that this one URL patterns, and here I write a path. Someone come to the register, I mean see API/v1/registers, then the user view dot register view, because inside the user view I have the register view is there dot as view. This one is the coding standard of how to use how to use the class view. So when we use class and import the class inside a URL pattern, so in that time I use dot as underscore view, okay, and I use a name register, okay, the same name register and register. So everything is done, I think. So this one is the main URL, okay. This one is the main URL, okay. So let's go to the here everything is done. You are inside the URL, and this one is the register, and where is the API, and here I can pass a name also, but here I don't want right now, okay. So let's just check my server is running or not first. So python manage dot py run server. So python manage dot py run server. So automatically my server is started, and there's some little bit warnings are there. So obviously I don't have anything, because in this URL I don't have anything. So first I create a super user also, because I'm not creating the super user, so you can't see the output. For creating a super user, here I one command is there, python python manage dot py create super user, create super create super user, and it asks me the username admin, and 1 2 3 I pass everything, and it say that your password is very means anyone can hack your password, so it's not a strong password. So I want to bypass the password. Yes, you want to bypass the password. Now my everything is created. So let's run the server, okay. Python manage.py run server. Now let's go to this application, and you just see that here I can go to the admin, okay, /admin. Now you see that admin login panel is there, admin, and here admin, okay. Now you see that you can see the user. I have only one single user is there. So if I go to the localhost, means localhost API v1 register, okay. So now just what happen, if I write localhost / API v1 register, now you see that how the UI is look like, and obviously not allowed, means the get method is not allowed here, okay. The detail get method is not allowed, and here now you see that if I just write something Swaraj, if I write Swaraj Naik or anything, Swaraj email address, I pass the email address and password 1 2 3 4 5 6 or anything, okay. Now if I just send a post request, now you see that username and email everything is visible here. So I have some little bit issues there. When I write something here, it's a normal plain text format, okay. It's a normal plain text format, and I don't want the plain text format, okay. So we just fix this thing also. Okay, we just fix this thing also, because I want I just change the style. Okay, and previously I also say that we have some problem in future also, so that's why I just let's go to the VS Code. Okay, so inside the accounts, we have a serializer is there. Okay, inside the serializer, here I read write only is there. Okay, write only you can write. Okay, and here I just pass the style. Okay, style, and here input, and this one is just small s. Okay, style, input type, password. Okay, so if I just write this like that, control C, just run server again. Now you see that if I just write anything, the username the already exists. Okay, this username is already existed. Yeah, so you just first I just check you here. If I just refresh the page, one Swaraj is added. Okay, one Swaraj is added. Okay, means I can successfully edit the user, means I can successfully add a user or create a new account. Means I can add some new user also inside the Django default database. Okay, so I can write Rahul or anything, editor one, Swaraj Naik, Swaraj Naik, NAYK, Swaraj Naik. Now you just see that the main thing, if I just refresh the page, now you see that whatever I write here, everything in the form of means dot, the style is, you see that the password style. Okay, means it's a password style standard. Okay, now Swaraj N. Okay, Swaraj N, and the email address is same email address. I can use the same email address also, and here Swaraj N. Okay, user already exist, and okay, Rahul. If I write Rahul, so this one is the okay, there's some here Rahul 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, 6. Okay, so I can create a here I create a Rahul also, but here I have some problem is there. Here if I refresh the page, one Rahul is added. Okay, the Rahul is added, and you just see that the Rahul password is hash format. Okay, in the form of a hash value. Okay, the Rahul format is password format is hash format, but here I don't have any limitation is there. Here I add some limitation, like my password. Here I say that minimum min underscore length minimum length 8, command Z, min length 8. Okay, minimum length is 8. Okay, now I can't write more or less than 8. Okay, less than 8, but more than now you see that if I just write something like 1 2 3 4 and Rahul 2. Okay, Rahul 2 or Rahul 1 here, Rahul 1. Now you see that ensure the field has at least 8 character. Okay, 8 character is minimum, 8 character is required. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. If I press 9, then it's also created. So you understand, minimum 8 character is required for creating the password. So that's why here I mention that minimum length of the character is 80. Okay, and Rahul 1, everything is created here. If I go to the user models, go to the users, Rahul ones. I don't want many user. I just delete some user Rahul, and only Swaraj is there. Swaraj, you can delete the user also, but I don't want delete the user. In future maybe user is, I can use these user. Okay, so now we push the code to the GitHub. Okay, so let's push the code to the GitHub. Just Control C and git status. Okay, so git added -a. Okay, git commit -m. You can write all the comment. I just write some registration backend or anything. Registration backend. Okay, commit everything, then git push origin main. Okay, git push origin main branch. Okay, I push the code to the origin main. Okay, if I go to the, I push the code. Okay, if I go to this GitHub, in my YT stock prediction, inside you just see that backend DRF is there, and inside the accounts all the codes are available, serializers and everything is available. Okay, now you understand everything how to create this thing. Okay, and now you just see that Rahul 1 is there. Then in future video we can consume this backend in our front end. Okay, so if you like this video, please subscribe my channel for getting this type of content. So if you have any doubt, please feel to ask in my comment section.